Our activity number 1.13 we are going to see. Take some camphor or ammonium chloride, camphor, kapur, and or ammonium chloride. They are sublimentary products. Sublimentary means what? If we keep them, what they will do? They directly don't go in the liquid state. Directly they go in gaseous state. Camphor. Crush it and put it in a china dish. You can crush the camphor in the china dish. Put an inverted funnel over a china dish. Put the cotton plug on the stem of the funnel. And what happens? The particles which are closer to each other, what they do? They find a place. Yes or no? So, here 3 cylinders have given. And 1 piston is given between the 3 cylinders. Understood? Here, closely see here, in first figure, what happens? Some particles are there inside. Will the particles come closer? Do you think that increasing or decreasing the pressure can change the state of matter? If we increase the pressure on the gas, what happens? The matter state changes. Yes or no? So here is given in first figure, a little bit pressure is applied on the gas particles. In second, again it is the pressure is increased somewhat. And in the third figure, by piston, pressure is applied more on the gas particles. What happens? The molecules come closer. If you will see the space between the molecules, it comes closer. Yes or no? And no space is in between the two molecules is seen. Applying the pressure and reducing the pressure can liquefy gases. How the gases liquefy? By applying some pressure on it or reducing the temperature. Reducing the temperature and applying the pressure. These are the both conditions which liquefy the gases. Have you ever heard the solid carbon dioxide? Solid carbon dioxide, you know, na? Dry ice. It is stored under high pressure. Solid carbon dioxide gets converted directly to gaseous state on decrease of pressure to 1 atmosphere without coming into liquid state. This is the reason that solid carbon dioxide is known as dry ice. Why solid carbon dioxide is known as dry ice? So answer is given here. Solid carbon dioxide gets converted directly to gaseous state on decrease of pressure to 1 atmosphere. If you decrease this pressure, then what happens? It directly converts into gaseous state without coming into liquid state. And this is the reason that solid carbon dioxide is known as dry ice. Thus, we can say that pressure and temperature determine the state of substance. Pressure and temperature, they determine the state of substance. How the state of substance is determined? Pressure and temperature, both the conditions, they determine the state of substance. Whether it will be solid, it will be liquid, or it will be gas. Substance may be in solid, liquid or gaseous state. Who determines? Pressure and temperature. They determine the state of the substance. Now here, interconversion of 3 states of matter has given. Solid to liquid, liquid to gas, again gas to solid. Interconversion of the 3 states of matter is seen. Here, solid to liquid. This condition is known as fusion. when the substance directly converts from solid state to liquid state with fusion condition, and when the substance is in liquid state but it converts into solid, this state of the substance is known as solidification. Interconversion of three states of matter we are going to see. When solid changes into liquid, fusion condition. When liquid changes into solid, solidification. When liquid changes into gas, when liquid changes into gas, for example, water, steam. Water changes into steam. Yes or no? When water changes into steam, means vaporization. Vaporization condition is seen. When gas changes into liquid, condensation. When steam cools, you will see that the water droplets collected on the back side of the plate. Yes or no? This means gas condition, vapor condition changes into liquid droplets. This condition is known as condensation. Liquid to gas, vaporization. Gas to liquid, condensation. Solid to liquid, fusion. Liquid to solid, solidification. Now, solid to gas. Just now we have seen ammonium chloride, camphor. Yes or no? Solid to gas. The change of state directly from solid to gas without changing into liquid state, it is known as sublimation. Solid to gas, sublimation. And gas to solid, deposition. Gas to solid, deposition condition. Now, we are going to see atmosphere, ATM. It is a unit of measuring pressure. Atmosphere is the unit of measuring pressure exerted by a gas. The unit of pressure is Pascal. What is the unit of pressure? Unit of pressure exerted by gas, atmosphere. Unit of pressure is Pascal, PA. 1 atmosphere is equal to 1.01 multiplied by 10 raised to 5 Pascal. 1 atmosphere is equal to 1.01 multiplied by 10 raised to 5 Pascal, PA. So, please see here, if pressure is exerted by gas, it is, the unit of pressure is atmosphere, and 1 atmosphere is equal to what? 1.01 multiplied by 10 raised to 5 Pascal. The pressure of air in atmosphere is called atmospheric pressure. Pressure of air in atmosphere is called atmospheric pressure. The atmospheric pressure at sea level is 1 atmosphere. Sea level pressure is 1 atmosphere, and it is taken to normal atmospheric pressure. It starts from sea level to normal. Yes or no? Sea level pressure. Here what you have to understand, 1 atmosphere is equal to 1.01 multiplied by 10 raised to 5 PA. PA means Pascal. Understood? Now we are going to see next point on next page. But before than that, what you have to see? You have to solve the questions. Which questions are given here? So the questions are based on taught matter. Understood? Questions we are going to see now. Convert the following temperature to Celsius scale. 300 Kelvin and 573 Kelvin. You have to change into Celsius. Understood? What is the physical state of water at 250 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius? Physical state of water you have to mention over there. For any substance, what does the temperature remain constant during the change of state? Suggest a method to liquefy atmospheric gases. Which method is useful to liquefy the atmospheric gases? So these questions you have to see at home. Try to solve and show me on my mobile, my WhatsApp number. Understood? I'll see that. I'll go through it. Now next is evaporation we are going to see. Sublimation we have seen just now. Now we are going to see evaporation. Do we always need to heat or change pressure for changing the state of matter? Can you quote some examples from everyday life where change of state from liquid to vapor takes place without liquid reaching the boiling point? Water, when left uncovered, slowly changes into vapor. Wet clothes dry up. What happens to water in the above two examples? You have seen that two examples I have given here. If wet clothes dries, what happens? Water changes its state. It goes to vapors. Yes or no? Steam. So, clothes becomes dry. Yes or no? Clothes become dry. So, in this stage, if water when left uncovered slowly changes into vapor due to evaporation, yes or no? So water turns into vapors. Now we are going to see what is evaporation. We know that particles of matter are always moving and are never at rest. They are randomly moving. Every one particle of any matter, it is always moving randomly. They are never at rest. They don't go in the resting position. Always they move. At a given temperature, in any gas, in liquid or in solid, there are particles with different amounts of kinetic energy. In the case of liquids, a small fraction of particles at the surface having higher kinetic energy. Small fraction of particles at the surface having higher kinetic energy is able to break away from the forces of attraction of other particles and gets converted into vapor. This phenomenon of change of liquid into vapors at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. Below boiling point, change of liquid into vapors at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. So this concept, have you cleared? What is evaporation? Evaporation means a change of liquid into vapors at any temperature between its boiling point of a substance is called evaporation. Now we are going to see factors affecting the evaporation. Which factors are affecting the evaporation? Let us understand this with an activity. So activity is seen, is given. 1.14 is the activity. What is given in the 1.14 activity? Take 5 ml of water in a test tube and keep it near a window or under a fan. Take 5 ml of water in an open china dish and keep it near a window or under a fan. What happens after some time? Who will tell me what will happen? Anybody? So, if the dish, keep it inside a cupboard or a shelf in your class, what will happen? If it will keep open space, what happens? The water dries out. Yes or no? If it is kept in cupboard or shelf in your Class, what will happen? Record the room temperature also at that time. Record the time for days taken for the evaporation process. If it is kept in open, the evaporation process is done quickly. But if it is placed in inside the cupboard, what happens? It takes some time to dry all the water. Repeat the above 3 steps of activity on a rainy day and record your observations. In summer days, the room temperature is high. At that time, evaporation is done faster. But at rainy day, what happens? Your clothes are not drying fast. Yes or no? Wet clothes, they never dry fast. Why this is so? Because the temperature is low at rainy day. That is why it takes time to do evaporation process. What do you infer about the effects of temperature, pressure area and wind velocity on evaporation? If the weather is windy, at that time what happens? The evaporation pressure is done fast. If more surface area is there, then evaporation is done fast. If more temperature is there, evaporation process is fast, and the speed of wind is also more. At that time also evaporation is fast. So on these all the conclusions, what you will say? You must have observed that the rate of evaporation increases and increase of surface area. We know that evaporation is a surface phenomenon. It is a surface phenomenon. If the surface area is increased, the rate of evaporation increases. For example, while putting clothes for drying up, we spread them out. An increase of temperature, with the increase of temperature, more numbers of particles get enough kinetic energy to go into the vapor state. Understood? If the surface area is more, what happens? They get more area to spread them out. And evaporation is done faster. With increase in temperature, more number particles get enough kinetic energy. Temperature is more, then what? Particles get enough kinetic energy to go into vapor state. They get enough kinetic energy to go into vapor state. So evaporation is done fast. A decrease in humidity, a decrease in humidity, what happens? Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in air. The air around us cannot hold more than a definite amount of water vapor at a given temperature. If the amount of water in air is already high, the rate of evaporation decreases. How the rate of evaporation decreases? Water vapor at a given temperature, if you will see, the amount of water in the air is already high. Water vapor you have seen in the air, means water is already high. The rate of evaporation decreases. When already water is more in the surrounding area, what happens? The rate of evaporation decreases. Humidity means what? More water vapors at a given temperature in the air. Presence of more water vapors at a given temperature in the air. It is known as humidity. If humidity is high, means water vapors are high at given temperature. What happens? Evaporation decreases. At rainy season, it is regularly seen. Yes or no?